The college football playoff final is on Monday night. This is our last show before the final.
I know.
Indiana versus Miami. Allie, what are you expecting this game to look like?
I think this is going to be more of a dogfight than what Indiana has had in the playoffs so far. They have been extremely dominant and just looked like no one could even compete with them. But I do think Miami, because the game with Indiana Ohio State was so close and, Miami ended up beating Ohio State, I think this kind of makes me think this game will be closer. It's also just a national championship. The stakes are higher. It's in Miami. So I think this is going to be a very close, hard-fought game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is going to be close, not in the way that the last two Indiana playoff games have been.
Yeah.
Much more similar to Indiana versus Ohio State in the Big Ten Conference Championship game.
Yeah, and Miami has also found themselves in several close games in the playoffs so far.
Yeah, they've been in close games in the playoffs. And that said, though, throughout their season, Miami obviously lost twice. Indiana hasn't lost at all. But even in Miami's losses, which are obviously against teams that are far inferior to Indiana. But Miami doesn't really, even as long as Mario Cristobal has been there, they don't get blown out in games.
They don't.
They lose in stupid ways usually, but they just do not. Especially this year, their defense is very talented, very good.
Yes.
And so I find it hard to believe, unless it does follow what we've seen in Indiana's other couple games where they just get turnovers right away.
Yeah.
And Miami's all of a sudden in a 10, 14-point hole.
Yes.
If they take care of the ball early, which I think they will, make a point to do that, I think this is going to be close and come down to the wire.
Yeah, what we've seen from Miami in the playoffs really is they're not pushing the ball down the field, because if they do, Carson Beck is going to throw an interception. And you do not want to do that against Indiana, because what's going to happen if Miami gets down against Indiana, I don't see them being able to race Indiana in a very high-scoring game, to be able to come out of a hole. I just don't see that. If Miami wants to win this game, they need to keep it close, which is how they've won in the previous playoff games. They need to have a close, hard-fought, all that matters is the line of scrimmage. It's not the big plays that's going to get the game done, or won. And so I think that's how Miami wins this game, but I still see Indiana coming out on top. I think their talent is just better. I like Mendoza better than Beck. And so even though I think this will be close, I think Indiana is just that good.
Yeah, I want to pick Miami because I just kind of like them more.
Yeah, they're a fun, tough team.
Yeah, but it kind of comes down to, when you do think it's going to be a close game, it's which quarterback do you trust more. And Carson Beck did lead Miami on a game-winning drive in the last game against Ole Miss.
But how many moments can you have like that?
In a down to the minute, 2-minute warning kind of game.
Yeah.
I feel like I trust Fernando Mendoza more. Now, I do think a good reason the Indiana offense will struggle, because I feel like the Miami pass rusher is going to get after Fernando Mendoza, and it's he's actually surprisingly fast. Maybe, but even if you're fast, he's not that fast to be able to, Ruben Bain bearing down on you. He's going to get you a few times, and that's really going to disrupt things, which Indiana hasn't had to deal with hardly at all for the last few games.
I will say, though, Ohio State's defense was able to pressure Mendoza. Their offense did not have a lot of great drives, but at the end of the game, there were several scrambles that Mendoza made to make big plays to seal it for them. So don't underestimate his ability to withstand the pressure. But I do agree with you. The pressure will be coming.
Yeah.
Miami's defensive line is very talented.
It's better than Ohio State's, and Ohio State kept Indiana to 13 points.
Yeah.
So I hope we get a few more points than that, but I kind of expect a game like that where it's nobody gets to 20.
Low scoring.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.